Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. If you think that every one of your guitars really should have been designed with a deep set neck tenon, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Okay guys, if you watched our previous video, you saw how we cut fret slots in fretboards. And today I'm going to show you what we do after we glue those fretboards onto the neck blank. I didn't film the gluing on of the fretboard to the neck blank because I'm a horrible person, I guess. So maybe in the future when we do another one of these, I'll show you how we do that. It's the same for our set necks as it is for the bolt-on necks, and I've got 3 bolt-on necks that need it. So if Ian is cognizant enough to remind me, because I know I'm not going to be, we'll go ahead and do a video about how we glue the fretboards on and lining stuff up. But this one has already been done. It represents what we are going to do to some guitar necks here in just a second. This one is for a cool flying V that we're working on. This is what the necks look like when the fretboards have been glued. As you can see, there's still some glue cootie there, squeeze out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to trim this, hold on to get in the camera. We're going to trim off this excess here, and then we are going to set these necks temporarily into the bodies that they will go in. We'll actually make the necks to the bodies. We'll sand them and fit them in. Everything's going to be wonderful. And we will go ahead and route the bodies for the pickups. And what will happen is some of this material here will actually go away during the pickup routing process because the necks are in fact deep set. That is to say, they go under the pickup, they don't stop at the pickup. Anyway, the first thing we need to do is we need to cut this excess off. Let's do that on the bandsaw now. The first one we're going to do is the neck for Cheddar Kung Pao. Man, this thing is weighty. This has the Chechen neck blank with the Catalog's fretboard. This is the neck for the other double cut. As I was reviewing the video footage from the video that we produced last time on fret slots, I noticed that I said I was going to use a Catalog's fretboard on this one too, but I didn't. We have a black poisonwood fretboard on this, and it is actually a really nice specimen of said black poisonwood. So sorry I didn't use Chechen like I said I was going to. I already told you I'm a horrible person. What more do you want? Okay, we rough cut off the excess fretboard. Now we're going to go over to the shaper and smooth everything out and match this up to the neck blank. Now you could do this on a router table, especially if you had like a spiral bit. You know, and my spiral bit's actually set up right now, but so is my shaper, and I'm kind of like, why don't I just use the shaper, you know? It's a little bit like water skiing behind an aircraft carrier. You know, it's a lot of tool to do this little job, but there are some advantages to doing it that way. One is the shaper bit is 3 inches across, and any chipping or tear out will be very much limited when you use a tool like that. When you use a 1/2 inch cutter, like on a spiral bit on the router table, or even if you had like a 1 inch spiral bit, it's just not as cool as doing it with the shaper. You can do it, but the results are not always as wonderful as when using a shaper. Speaking of shapers, let's go do that now. Okay, so now we've got nice, clean necks, and these necks will not be getting bound, so we wanted to really make sure we had a nice, clean glue line there. And we do. So what's going to happen next is we are going to fit these necks into their the bodies that they're going to eventually take up residence in, if you will. And Then we'll go over to the beloved pin router, and these are going to start to look like guitars with necks in them in no time. But I'm not going to do that today because I want to go eat barbecue. So I'm going to come back and finish this video another time. So with a little bit of TV magic, you won't even notice, except I'll have a different shirt on. See, I told you, you wouldn't even notice. Actually, I've been out in the shop a little bit today already, and I have been fitting necks like the one on this Flying V here. So what we're going to do today is we are going to fit the necks and route the pickups at the same time. Now, you know what? I said we're going to fit the necks. The necks are already fit. What we're going to do is we're going to cut away all the part of the neck that doesn't look like the pickup. And I've already done it on this Flying V here. I've already done it on a couple of challengers, including one for little old me. And now I'm going to start on the 2 double cuts. So let's just get right to it. We're going to start with this mahogany neck. We're not going to start with that super heavy duty Chechen neck yet. And it's going to go into this body. So what we're going to do is, for those astute viewers among you, you will know that the neck is going to have to actually be in the guitar in order to get cut away and look halfway decent. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach our template to the back here so that our pin has something to ride on. And let's just do that now. Okay, so I have attached the template to the back side of the guitar. And my pin is going to come up from the bottom and ride along these pickup cavity routes. And the cutter is going to come down and cut along those pickup things. Can you see the pickup lines? Well, if you can't, you're going to see it as soon as it gets cut. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually fit the necks into the body. Now, these necks are fit in there pretty dang tight. Okay? I got nothing holding this on except the wedge of the neck. But just in case something goes a little haywire, I always like to temporarily attach the necks to the body. And you got it. We're going to use more of the 3M double stick tape. You can use whatever you like. All right. So you see all of this here is going to go away. Let's do that first. If you're watching halfway closely, you will notice that I was actually wearing my respirator when I was cutting this. You know, people give me grief all the time because I don't wear the respirator enough. I actually wear the respirator here in the shop quite a bit. It's just that usually when I'm on camera, I'm doing something real fast and I don't put the respirator on. If I'm working all day like I am today on nothing but the pin router, I'll wear the respirator. So thank you everyone for all your safety concerns. Anyway, so as you can see, we now have the neck pickup cut in the guitar. Now I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, this template and these guitars were designed to have humbucking pickup holes. And a lot of people were like, oh, put P90s in it. Well, you know, if you put P90s in it, that's cool. But remember, the neck pocket is designed to go all the way to the end here. So having a P90 would reduce the space, and you're gonna have to rethink your template if you start using P90s in something that's designed to have humbuckers where you have a deep set neck tin on. That is to say, the neck goes under the pickup. So enough about that. If you notice here, the pickup cavity goes now all the way to the very end of the neck. Well, since we're using humbuckers and we have a ring that goes up against, it would actually go up against the neck and not cover the whole pickup route. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to take our 1/2 inch pin out of the pin router and replace it with our 1/4 inch pin. But we are going to leave the 1/2 inch cutter inside the tool. So what that's going to do is it's actually going to take an extra 1/8 of an inch off just this surface right here, and we're going to be cognizant and only lower the bit into just into this portion of the neck and not actually touch the body. So let me show you what that looks like. If you're having trouble understanding what I'm talking about, it's because I don't explain things well. I'm more of a visual guy. So stand by for a second and I'll have a visual to show you. We'll go from there. Time to suit up. Alright, so you see what I'm talking about? Now I have a little spot for the humbucker ring. Let me see, how do we get this in here? To ride on. And yeah, so it'll just kind of ride right there, and then that will be cool. So remember, these are 24 fret guitars, so this is the 24th fret right here. Now we can, okay, the neck is basically fit and it's married to this body now. It's not glued in yet, but I want to make sure that I keep this neck with this body because the depth of the pickup and the depth of the neck are all the same. And but for the rest of the pickup routing portion of the day, we can go ahead and yank the neck out. But remember, this neck is now needs to stay with this body. And when they get glued in, that'll be cool. All right, so now I'm going to do this other pickup. We're going to do Cheddar Kung Paos. And man, wrap this sumbitch up. Okay, now we're going to do David's, aka Cheddar Kung Paos. We're going to do it exactly the same way, so, you know, I'll film a little bit of it and we'll put it in there. I don't want to bore you guys while I route stuff. One thing I did want to show you is there's a trick of the trade here. If you're not feeling exactly 100% certain on your template sticking to the body with double stick tape, sometimes I will put a piece of masking tape and tape the two together around the perimeter of the guitar pretty close. Now I have every reason to believe that the double stick tape is going to work because it's nice and flat on a nice and flat guitar, but I did want to show you guys that. So anyway, let's go to work. I'm going to put my 1/4 inch pin in and do that one first. Did you guys see how I almost forgot to put this one back in? That'd have been bad. Okay, so we're going to route for the... We're going to take a bunch of the meat off the neck and we're going to put the little shelf for the pickup ring to go in, and then we're going to route for the pickup. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Now, when David first came to me and said he wanted this guitar, he said he wanted only one pickup. Well, that's cool and all, but given that the design of this guitar, it wouldn't really give us a whole hell of a lot of neck joint unless we put a pick guard on it. And I don't want to put a pick guard on it because I think it'd be lame. So we're going to go ahead and put another pickup in this one. So here it is. As you can see, the neck is now part of the pickup cavity. We have a little shelf for the humbucker ring to ride on. Everything's looking good. So if you guys have any questions about what we did in this video today, please leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you appreciate content like this, you might want to consider going over to our Patreon page and becoming a member. So even $1 a month helps us bring you the content that we do. And remember, every dollar that you spend by being a Patreon member goes towards the purchase of your next Texas Toast guitar. Like this one. Something cool like this? Maybe something cooler? I don't know. This is pretty neat. If you can't help us out on Patreon, we totally get it. What you could do above and beyond that is copy this video and share it as many places as you can, because I am a foul-mouthed prick, I guess, and I have been kicked off all the luthier forums. And all the ones I haven't been kicked off of, I went ahead and took myself off of. So share this video as many places as you guys want to. Okay guys, I am covered with sawdust and I'm ready to go home and take a shower. But this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Thanks for watching, everybody.